Eric Mother with Mother.com. Let's take a look at this stock HMY right now. It looks like it is bouncing for the day, but I want to take a look at this period here where the stock moved from about $3 and recovered after a pullback. So this period here is what I'm trying to look at here and see what we can learn from it. So if we go back to the previous ideal entry, which is this RSI breakout sometime in, let's call it late November 2015, off the lows here, and of course we know that on hindsight the stock has gone on a nice, absolutely nice run. So we can draw a line from here. So this ideal RSI entry generates a line which is somewhere around there, and as you can see, the stock has bounced on this line here with uniform activity for this re-entry for a short recovery, and then again there was this double bottom support on the green line for the lows there. Now what I can state here is one thing we can observe is because of the nature of the way the chart was set up, as you can see there was support on this line here, and again I'm talking about this period here, this nice lows before the bounce here. And it might not seem by much, but this was about 55% gain in a couple of weeks from the lows here to these highs. So what happened during that period? So one thing we can see is, of course, the stock did come and bounce on this line, but more importantly what was happening here is positive divergence. We made a lower low here in prices, but the RSI showed an improvement, and that positive divergence combined with the uniformity bounce on this line here, so this double bottom bounce on the green line, and also combining the fact that we made lower lows in price with improving technicals, that to me is a reason why we had this responsive bounce, because of those two aspects: uniform activity bounce on this line, and the also combination of this improvement in RSIs as price were probing short-term lows. So those two things combined were good enough for this almost 50 to 60% gain over a period of a couple of weeks. If I can address the current market action here, so today up about 10%, and I think what the stock is doing is trying its best to capture the level back above this green line. So if it can move above the green line, then this is good action with double bottom support back above the green line. Otherwise, if this becomes resistance area, that could be a problem short term. And again, we can also see there's another line that we can draw going back to the lows here. So this line connects the lows very nicely, as you can see, connecting the lows during the period here, the lows there, and the double bottom lows there. And ever since we broke through the level or the trend line, since this break here, we've been lower. So we're talking about this period here. So we can see that the stock does need to capture back above that blue line of support. So let me take that off. So what we are seeing here is pretty much the stock is coming back to test the RSI break line. So this line is being tested. The stock needs to move above this line, otherwise this becomes a resistance area. In fact, you can see confirmation of this if you take a look at the hourly. On the hourly, we can see that if you take the top side of the RSI highs recently, right now we've hit that line, and we are showing a little bit of resistance on the hourly. So as long as this is resistance, you should expect a pullback from current levels. Otherwise, bulls in the stock would like to see this stock eventually clear that line of resistance. So you have daily RSI being tested, and also you have hourly RSI being tested. The RSIs need to move above the resistance levels discussed on the daily and on the hourly. Otherwise, around here, you might see the stock pull back. Eric Mother with Mother.com. As always, good luck, peace, and blessings. EACS.